Hello, I'm going to be going through some of the best possible teams from the Spanish Grand Prix. So, up first, I have the 105.9 million budget test that I ran. And the reason I ran this budget is because of the most valuable teams in the game. I just run it as the upper level just to see what was possible for the high rollers, and it's actually given us a team that's only worth 101.2 million. So having all that extra budget hasn't really worked for them this week. Now there were more expensive teams that also scored 204. I think it was 103 million something. I've just included this one in the video because it's affordable for the majority of players that have built up just a little bit of budget. Yeah, so what is that team? It's a 204 point scoring team. It costs 101.2 million. And it consists of Verstappen, Ricardo, Leclerc as your turbo driver, Raikkonen, Russell, and Red Bull. Up next, I've got a solver for 101 million budget, and it's a 201 point team, and it costs 100.7 million, and it consists of Verstappen, Ricardo, Leclerc as your turbo driver, Raikkonen, Schumacher, and Red Bull. Then we have a 100 million budget, and it's 197 points scored. And then we have Verstappen, Ricardo, Leclerc as your turbo driver. This top three is it keeps coming up. Latifi, Russell, and Red Bull. The only difference actually between the best team and this team actually is just Latifi in for Raikkonen, and the difference in this one is Russell is two at this one, yeah. So this just shows you actually that the points potential from all sorts of budgets really doesn't change that much. But one thing that's important to remember is that a 3 point difference, it's more than you think, because I mean it adds up. There's 23 races in the year. Now let's just say a 3 point difference between having that budget. Over the course of like 20 races, that's 60 points. Which could be the difference. And then there's some weeks, for example, maybe weeks when people are hitting streaks and stuff. Having that budget might mean having more streak hitters. Yeah, one other thing that I ran was just a mega driver test for a very modest 103 million budget. Now, don't read into this. You shouldn't be using a mega driver, but if you really wanted to know what the best team would be, including a mega driver, here it is. You're probably wondering. Some people might be wondering, oh, Verstappen mega driver, even though Hamilton finished first, surely he's the best mega driver. I mean, technically, the raw output of who would get the most points in mega driver, yes, it's Hamilton. But because Verstappen got fastest lap this week, it meant that, I mean, if you did use your mega driver this week, he would have got obviously 3 times extra points for that fastest lap as well. So he would have got an extra 15 in comparison, which doesn't bring him right up to Verstappen to Hamilton. But obviously, it means that your overall team would be better because you've spent less money on these points. So it frees up to get in, obviously, the amazing Leclerc turbo driver. It still allows you to get in Ricardo, who did sublime, and like these massive points holes from Raikkonen and Russell. But you shouldn't be using your mega driver this week anyway. If you did, you fucked up. You should use it on Monaco or Silverstone. But I'll have another video of some predictions I've done for Monaco, and some teams for that coming up shortly. And also, I got some really exciting updates actually coming for my tool. I'll go over it quickly now. Soon enough, I'm gonna have basically like a V2 of my tool. I say some words really weird, and it's gonna have automatic price updates. It's gonna have a sentiment tracker. It's gonna be gonna have a lot more you can do with it. You're gonna be able to like input your team for the week, and it will it will show you your points as soon as I update my um, race outcome. So you'll be able to get like pretty quick feedback on your points. I'm going to try and update it as soon as the race finishes. Um, and yeah, it's going to be a really good tool for you to use. So keep an eye out for that. I've kind of stopped for now making too many more changes to this one I've built. I know I've not even had this one for like a week, but I'm already building a new one because I built this and I kind of built it for myself. And I was like, oh, you know what, I'll share it. And then I was thinking, you know what, I fancy giving this whole making some videos ago. So, but I think the standard that I want this to be now is raised much higher now that I know of other people are using it. So yeah, keep an eye out for those updates. And I hope you scored well in your F1 Fantasy this week.